And hello everyone, I'm Breor, welcome back to Goodgame Empire. Now in the 3 weeks that I was absent from the game, a few updates were pushed out, and in today's video I would like to talk about these updates with you guys. I'd also like to talk about what makes an update great, and what definitely doesn't make an update great, as we all know that Goodgame Empire has had its fair share of cruddy updates over the years. But let's start by talking about what I believe to be the most important changes, and they actually came to the War of the Realms event. It used to be that this event didn't really offer the player many rewards personally, only through alliance rewards, but now that's been changed, and you can earn plenty of excellent rewards from these 5 pages here. Now this is page 5, which means that you would need the most points to get to these rewards, but as you can see, if you get 663,000 glory points from the event, then you will collect all 3 pieces of equipment, and I have managed to do that this time. This is a big change from the days where it was almost impossible to get any piece from this set. Unfortunately, even though this set is a really good one, you still do need to do fantastically to get the whole set. To get these last 2 pieces here, you do have to be in the top 50 and the top 20 players respectively, so you still can't get the whole set unless you are a great player, but it is a welcome change to have at least some of that set in an achievable position. The other rewards on these pages are actually remarkably good. It gives you demons, and it gives you plenty of them. For example, I believe some of the alliance rewards are as few as 200 veteran demons, so in my opinion, these rewards here are better than that, and obviously they require a lot less effort to get to. You can also get plenty of tools and also plenty of lucky pennies here in this event. I am concerned about the lucky pennies, as I have been getting more than I can put through my well. I believe I have somewhere in the realm of 25 now, precisely 25, so I don't know what I'm going to do to make it so that these pennies can be turned into rubies more quickly. I guess the obvious answer is to upgrade my well, but it gets expensive, and I don't know if I want to do that, to spend rubies to get rubies, but I probably will at some point. So my thoughts on the changes to the War of the Realm event are that this change is fantastic. It does devalue this set by making it easier to get and giving it out to more players. That means that it will be less valuable to the higher level players. However, if you are a high level player, or if you are a very, very strong player who has this set and is worried about it being devalued, let me say this. One of the ways that Goodgame Studios is trying to keep the game challenging for the high level players, one of the ways that they are trying to introduce new content is to introduce stronger sets, and that means that the older sets are weaker and need to become more available to the general player base. So I think this change really stands in accordance with that, and it's going to make the foreign invasion event a lot more fun for all of us players who can't quite achieve the top 50 or the top 20 on the rankings. So a big thumbs up for me, from me on this event. Now, one of the most minor changes that they made over the period that I was gone was they renamed power points to might points. And unfortunately, this is a little irritating for me, as the last video that I released before my 3-week vacation was about power points, and I referred to them many times in that video as power points, so now that is a little bit obsolete, but I can't really remake that video for another couple months, as I can't remake a video every time a term changes. That would just get annoying for you guys. So I guess I will learn to live with it, and let's move on now and talk about the next change to the game. And that is, if I go out to the world map here, and if I go to send some of my troops over to another castle, for example, you will see that I can slow down the travel speed of my troops by hitting this button here. Of course, it costs rubies. I'm going to hit maximum slowdown here, and you'll see it costs 200 rubies. But I guess they can't make a change to the game without it being beneficial for them, so I guess I understand. But I don't know how useful this is going to be. Apparently you can slow down your attacks, and this would help players land on time for a mass attack, but I'm concerned about it meaning that an enemy player could see your attack a lot earlier. I don't know that this is the case, and I should probably do some investigation to find out whether it's the case, but if it is the case, then that means that slowing down your attacks would really be an awful idea for attacking other players, at least, who could detect your attack and then see that it was incoming and adjust or defend or whatever. However, this could definitely have some uses. For example, if you wanted to station your troops to another castle while you were going to be away for 20 minutes or 30 minutes, maybe you're taking a shower, and you need your troops moving so that they can't be attacked and killed by enemies, this would be a great way to do that. Just, slow them down on a transit from one outpost to another, or what have you. So there are definitely uses for that update, and overall, I think if you are an intelligent player, you could make it work to your advantage. Now, some other important changes to the game were introduced in the form of more glory titles. This means that it should be easier for weaker players to get some might points from the glory titles, but they also increase the amount of glory points needed to get up to the higher titles, so I guess that was intended to rebalance the game. As you can see, I am currently at the Fearless, which was the title that was highest, but still based upon points and not based upon rank, even before the update. So the titles that they actually inserted are down here. All new are the Vengeful, the Undaunted, I believe the Vicious is also new, the Honorable, the Noble, and I think that is about it. So these titles should make it easier once again for weaker players to start getting more impressive titles and to start earning might points from having those titles. They also carry some fairly interesting benefits. The rewards were spaced back out and rebalanced. I actually really like this update because it makes it easier to produce tools, makes it faster to produce tools. Provided you have this title here and this title here, you will get a plus 200% production speed bonus on your tools, which is really important, as prior to this update, tools were definitely the bottleneck for me. I just couldn't keep up with producing mantlets and ladders fast enough to keep looting and to keep making headway in the events. So I'm excited about this, and I hope you are too. So the next update that I wanted to talk about was the ability to sell decorative items. Now this is going to be slightly useful for higher level players. I don't know why that just closed out. But if you are the type of player who is earning rewards from the events and who is putting in new decorative items and who is getting rid of castle gardens, among other things, then potentially this could be interesting for you. Now if I mouse over these here castle gardens, which are in my storehouse as public order items, you'll see that this button here that says sell decorative item pops up. Now if I click on it, I can sell my decorative items. And I'm not going to do this at the moment. I don't really see any reason not to do it, but nor do I see much reason to do it, as 30,000 coins is a drop in the bucket. I think I earned 900,000 coins today. I did start off with more, but I spent some, certainly, as the day progressed, so this isn't going to be a game changer for me, and really I'm rather disappointed. Now, when they released this update, there were a few technical problems with it. Apparently, players were able to sell infinite decorative items, and therefore they had a supply of infinite coins. So they did, in fact, have to shut the game down to correct this, as that would obviously make the game very, very unstable, and it would give the players who had tons of coins a massive advantage. Apparently, the players who sold infinite decorative items and got lots of coins had those coins subtracted from their account, so hopefully the game is all good once more. Continuing on our list of game updates, the next update that they applied was the ability to insert build items into granaries, forest lodges, and stoneworks, and also the non-level 70 equivalents of these buildings. Now I have a construction yard here in Ice, and while I don't have any of these build items at the moment, perhaps I should be able to take a look at it. I guess I can't see the build items, but of course what it does is it increases the basic production here just by a small amount, and that should make it more worth it for level 70 players to start constructing construction yards. I know that I don't have one in green, and the reason for that is it does take up space here in the castle. I'm going to be using this empty space to build a watchtower at a later date. I'm holding off on that because once you build the watchtower, an offer will pop up and will reduce the cost of upgrades, so I want to do that when I have more rubies. But we're getting off topic here. I think that this is a fairly good update, but the construction yard still is relatively useless. However, they have also introduced appearance build items for the construction yard, and I actually think these look pretty cool. Give me a moment here to get to what I want to show you guys. Unfortunately, I can't just type in a player's name when I am in full screen mode, but of course Negan here has done something sort of cool in her main, and that is to apply some appearance build items to her granaries, and that actually looks pretty cool in my opinion. Let me go ahead and zoom in for you guys. It might take a moment because the game is lagging, but I think it looks pretty cool. So if I could ever get one of those, I would definitely equip it. So I believe that is about it, guys, for the updates. There is another one coming right around the corner, and that is an update to the game that will introduce a massive capital, and that will actually be game-changing, I think, if this new capital gives players the ability to recruit extremely strong troops. I know that there will be a fight for that capital here on the USA 1 server if one alliance isn't able to cap it right away. Hopefully, Kingdom of Nef can do that. I'm totally on their side, but we'll see how things play out. So I mentioned that I also wanted to talk in this video about what makes an update great, and in my opinion, what makes an update great is when that update actually introduces something new to the game, when it's not just changing what something is called, when it's not just changing what the price of something is, when it's introducing new content. I generally like it. However, this is at a conflict with the interests of the developer. They obviously don't want to put in an incredible amount of work every time they need to push out an update. They just want to get their rubies, or really their money, for people buying rubies and go home, and I can understand that. Some people like to complain about every update. Some people are never satisfied. Some people really don't understand that Goodgame Studios is a business and needs to do that. But there are good updates and there are bad updates, and I won't shy away from talking about those things. So I will be making a countdown list at some point in the future with the game's best and worst updates. Luckily, that will be a pretty easy video to make, as when you log into the game, it will actually give you a summary of all the updates they have done. So I'm looking forward to making that video, and I'm looking forward to hearing your guys' thoughts on the matter in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will catch you at some point in the future.